of Canada's fastest growing small cities is Spruce Grove, home to more than 34,000 residents, a trading area catering to 120,000. The first settlers were farmers. The arrival of the Grand Trunk Pacific Railroad in 1908 gave the Spruce Grove area status as a grain trading center. A mere village until the mid-1950s, the city has experienced substantial growth in recent years.
And what they are doing for the members of the community, there's a splash park going in at Jubilee Park right now. It'll be finished by July 1st. There's a 66-acre parcel going in at Jubilee Park. It's fantastic what they're doing for the community.
Along with Spruce Grove's young demographic comes many wonderful amenities catering to growing families.
A very common comment is, there's so many people walking here. The streets are filled with people walking their dogs and their kids, and the playgrounds are full, and people just really seem to be out enjoying life.
On Where You Live, we're in Spruce Grove now, one of the fastest growing communities in Alberta for sure, and in Canada. We're joined by Mayor Stuart Houston. Hi Stuart, I'm always impressed with the growth here. I mean, we're sitting just off Jennifer Heil Way here, named after the Olympian who grew up in Spruce Grove. Athletics facilities all around us. We're in a new athletics building. It just keeps going and going.
Yeah, well, we're one of the things that the City of Spruce Grove has been committed to is the development of recreation, and it's all part of our community development model. And we're in the Tri-Leisure Village area where we just opened this beautiful new multi-gymnastics center and new offices for our city staff. And we're really proud of that. And you know, it's just blossomed. There's 2,400 participants, young children participating in this in the region. And it's all part of the Tri-Leisure Village, which is one of the largest urban sports complexes in the province. You know, it's kind of a model of its own.
It is fantastic, and there's a hotel right in the middle of it to cater to all the people that come for tournaments at the Tri-Leisure Centre and all around here.
Yeah, the Tri-Leisure Centre is a major amenity in the region that's shared with our regional neighbors, Stony Plain and Parkland County, and the City of Spruce Grove. And we also built the Fuhr Sports Park, which is a twin artificial football field, NFL standard, by the way. And the Edmonton Eskimos like it. They've been out here for their training camps, and it's an ideal area. Yes,
sports and fitness seems to be prominent in the minds of City Council here. Something even bigger yet to come.
Well, we're we are about healthy, active lifestyles and communities, and we're focused on our future. And the City of Spruce Grove has done a great job in planning for the future. And we're excited with our new development coming in the northeast corner of the city called Westwind Centre. And it's going to be a sprawling new commercial center, which we are looking to partner with within the region on. And we're going to be talking about creating those partnerships in the very near future. And we're looking at something even more exciting for Spruce Grove, that is going to be a multi-use sport and event center, which will be a twin arena and will be able to allow Spruce Grove to continue its reputation of a major hosting center and community center for athletic activities.
Your partners would be Edmonton and other areas around, of course.
Well, regional partners that we're looking toward is the business community first and foremost, and also our regional partners with Stony Plain and Parkland County, because it will be a huge benefit to us in the region.
Well, and so we're talking about growth here. I mean, this is really substantial. I'm looking at numbers that say about 9,000 new residents in the last 10 years here, and you're looking at 40 to 45,000 over the next decade, I think. What's spurring this growth?
Well, I think the main thing that's spurring the growth is Spruce Grove has a tremendous reputation as a healthy, active community with a lot of amenities. We're very close to a major metropolitan center, as you know, and it's easy to get into Edmonton, but you've got that nice living west of Edmonton, clean, fresh mountain air and lots of forests and trails and stuff out here. And we have a reputation, I think, more speaks to for young families and the affordability that Spruce Grove offers in the region.
Yeah, so housing is cheaper than Edmonton, as an example. Yep. It's substantially less, I think, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. And if you talk to our home builders that build in both southwest Edmonton and Spruce Grove, you'll find that the exact home in Spruce Grove is about $30,000 cheaper. So for a young family, that's going to mean a lot of difference when you come out to setting up your home and a mortgage and such. And you know, and we have it all out here as well.
And that's a great incentive for young families, as you say. The demographic here is young.
Well, we have, it's interesting to note, our largest demographics, I think, is about 25 to 34-year-old women. And after that is 0 to 4-year-old children. So we have 3,500 0 to 4-year-old children. And our population in Spruce Grove, according to our last census, was 49% of our population is under the age of 19.
Wow. With this kind of growth, obviously, city planners are looking well into advance, well ahead with respect to infrastructure, as an example. What kind of planning goes into that kind of thought?
Well, we're accelerating a lot of our capital plans. We borrowed $25 million last spring to put in a new water reservoir that will take us to 75,000. We're extending our Pioneer Road to open up the linkages to our east end. So we're investing a lot in infrastructure and facilities in the community as well. We're partnering with our regional partner from Stony Plain to build a new $26 million regional RCMP facility.
Wow.
And we also are going to start construction on a $21 million extension to our fire hall this year. So we're setting our city up for the future. We're going to be well into the future. For about 25 years into the future, and last year we just opened a new $18.6 million public works facility.
Fantastic. You mentioned Stony Plain. There's a nice arrangement between the two communities as you grow closer together, I see.
Yeah, we're absolutely good regional partners with Stony Plain, and we share a lot of services and work together with them on trying to create that the area in the community that benefits everybody in the region. We want to be seen in this region with Parkland County and Stony Plain as a region without borders that benefit all of the region.
Yes, I know there's always a thought about amalgamation or merging of the two communities. Is that a reality down the road, do you think?
Well, I think it's something that is going to be something that we need to talk about in the future. I think there's specialized municipalities have proven, such as Strathcona County, that it can work. And there's a big benefit when you merge your long-term capital plans together, and believe it or not, you can have a lot of capital to do amazing things for your residents in the region, and something we should be thinking about.
Yeah, the province just announced more schooling facilities here, as an example. Bring us up to speed on that.
Well, we're excited, and I've got to give credit to the province for coming through on their promises. We just opened a brand new school in the East End called Prescott. That's a K-9 school that will provide 900 school spaces. We're starting construction in the West End in the new Copperhaven area for another K-9. So we have 1,800 new spaces for K-9 if you're looking for good education facilities, and they're state-of-the-art with all the new touchboard, touch screens, and as well, the Premier was here yesterday announcing a major modernization of our junior high school at Woodhaven. So we were pretty excited about that.
Well, it just keeps going and going, doesn't it? I mean, there's always something new to announce, which means, of course, now that you had to give up a full-time job you had previous to a year ago, and now full-time mayor here, it makes your life a little bit more focused, I think,
yeah,
right?
We're actually looking at a committee to look and see whether or not the position of mayor is a full-time position, but I certainly have a lot of passion for the city and put in a full-time effort, but we'll see where that goes.
I just wanted to say, Nate has a satellite branch out here too, hey?
Actually, they just opened a new crane and rigging school, and they came to our community to look at what Spruce Grove offered for their students, and they found that Spruce Grove came on top of every category of recreation, amenities, housing, and such for their students. So they selected their new popular crane and rigging school out here, and they just opened this year.
Mm-hmm. The capital city or the capital region alliance of all the little cities and communities around Edmonton has been around for a few years, chaired by Nolan Kraus. It brings all of these communities together to talk about things they have in common, problems, future, etc. Does it benefit places like Spruce Grove to a large degree, and Sherwood Park and Devon and all of those places?
Absolutely, and part of the Capital Region Board it talks about land use planning and conserving our valuable agricultural lands, which is key. And Spruce Grove was one of the first communities to adopt the higher density targets for the Capital Region Board. And in fact, we have achieved metropolitan density status in the city of Spruce Grove.
Wow.
And as well, part of it is about transit and moving people within the region. That was one of our other key focuses, as well as housing. But the benefit that the Capital Region Board recognized that Spruce Grove's model of a shared service with the city of Edmonton sought to give us $7.5 million last year, and we just took delivery of 6 of our brand new highway cruisers with some of that money, and we started a new express direct to downtown and the university and all the post-secondaries.
Well, further to recreation, of course, you're close to the Glory Hills and some wonderful camping and natural areas. Wadman's just down the road, Hubble's Lake, and all these places, very popular for weekend campers and so forth too, right? I mean, it's an outdoor destination that some people might not really consider.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that our regional partners in Parkland County and as well in Stony Plain have tremendous parks and trail systems. My wife and I go to Chicago Lake, which is just north of Stony Plain.
Beautiful.
Tremendous recreation and hiking area, and it's all part of the greater region that we live in here in the Parkland County area.
Yeah, it all started out in the late 1800s. It was a grain community, agriculture community, correct?
Exactly what it was.
Scots were out here first, I think, and the French, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there an influence from those still to be seen around here?
Yeah, I think Stony Plain had a lot of German influence. You recognize a lot of the names are from German settlers and stuff, but in the 1900s, we started a post office out here. We had a real battle about where it was going to go. Was it going to go in Spruce Grove or Stony Plain? And it ended up going into Stony Plain. So that's a little bit of our history.
Wow, there's a lot going on out here. Anything else you'd like to add to all this before we close our interview?
Oh, I just think we're just so proud of our city and where we've come, and our reputation in the capital region has seen us as leaders in many areas on waste minimization, on recreation development and community living. And we're going to continue to market our brand as the City of Spruce Grove, because we find that new residents drive business and business drives business. So we're a very flourishing community, and people in business in our community are finding it to be very lucrative. And we're going to continue to work with everybody within our region and in the capital region as well.
Great to talk to you today. I've learned a lot about Spruce Grove.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Mayor Stuart Houston, Spruce Grove. This is Where You Live. I'm Tim Dancy.